Just a quick disclaimer. I'm not an expert in this subject, and I just decided to kind of talk and share my opinion about this, and I think it might bring some value. So before you judge what I'm saying, just listen to the end.
Welcome. So in today's podcast, I'm about to talk about the, generally speaking, alcohol and my perspective as a Polish person. It's not that I'm feeling entitled to really talk about this, because this is the humanity problem. But I'm just talking about this from my perspective because I think it might bring some value to entire conversation about this. So what I think, I'm gonna maybe create some context, based on my story. Alright, so I used to observe how alcohol destroys people's life, especially in my environment, in my Polish environment as a kid. And I used to see how many people are trying to do this to escape their problems, the traumas that have been passed from the difficult history of our place, of that place in the world, right? This trauma has been passed through toxic behavior, right? So yeah, and in this way I think people are trying to kind of heal the wounds that will never heal without the actual work on the soul. Yeah, so I got involved in this for a very short time in my life, and I actually kind of regret that I ever started doing this, but at the same time I know that it was necessary for me to actually discover that it's not important in life and it can be easily just removed, that it doesn't really give you anything apart from fake friends that do nothing but just observe you, how you just go lower and lower with your standards. And in my opinion, there is not much good about this. And from all of this, there is just one simple conclusion, that alcohol should be basically disallowed or made illegal, or at least the subject about the toxicity and the way that it works on the human brain should be brought to the main talk in the mainstream way more, because the studies are showing that the alcohol has the effects on the society and environment of the user that are very close to those of the heroin, I believe, and the cocaine and nicotine. But nicotine is just addictive, right? I'm talking about the effects of how it destroys the human financially, mentally, and things like that. So yeah, and on top of that, it destroys our young generation that could be well kind of well educated about this, and could be kind of prepared how to actually retain the information instead of just mindless teaching them about things that don't really matter in life. Because at the end of the day, the thing that really matters is how we retain the information that we actually want to retain, and that's what education and everything should give us. All of the environment that has been created by government, right? Instead of so this and cutting off the alcohol, and I think that would bring a lot, instead of just mindless kind of reminding everyone to do this, do that, don't care about your health, everything is gonna be alright. No guys, everything is not gonna be alright if you think that something is gonna eventually figure out itself. Alcohol is gonna destroy your life, it's gonna bring more toxic people to your life, And the education is gonna make everyone around you and you as well mindless and less perceptive to information that actually make you better as a person. I'm talking about metaphysics, I'm talking about self-development, hard work, deep work, finding your purpose, reading books about the history of the World War, how the history repeats, laws of universe, right? Things like that. And it may take a lot of time to actually it may take a lot of time to actually discover all of this and go through, and it will take a lot of it will cost you a lot of personal it will require from you to be humble, right? To actually understand this, agree, absorb, go through this information and take conclusions, right? Because it kind of reshapes the way that you think about the world and puts you in a situation where you don't really believe who you are. It might make you a bit more vulnerable, but at the end of the day, that's what really should be done, you know, not alcohol and stuff like that. And yeah, coming back to our alcohol, I think that the best way to actually cut this is to actually find the interests and the reason why in life. The book, like The Man's Search for Meaning, written by Viktor Frankl while he was in Auschwitz, perfectly describes the situation and the way that we should perceive the world, the situation that we are in, and how we should perceive it, you know. And that even in the worst case, that it's addiction to alcohol, which the most of humanity is, even in such a situation, which we could compare to Auschwitz to some degree, even in this case, we could still look for a reason why. Why should we get out of this? Why should we keep going? You know, that we should keep improving ourselves, even if the death is coming, you know. Why is that? There are a few reasons. One of them is the future of humanity. Other reason is the future of you, listener. And that would literally make you less prone to depression, right? Or at least less prone to weakness, which would be the let's say lack of sense in life, cynicism, or for example lack of belief in yourself, which I'm one quick additional to what I'm talking about. I went through a lot of this stuff, and I'm just trying to kind of look at this from my perspective, how I solve this, right? So I'm not saying that you should this, I'm the best. No, I'm with you, my listener. I'm with you, and I'm just trying to help you. I'm trying to show you that the world that has been shown to you is a bullshit, that I don't know what the world really is. You need to go out and reach it. Take books, go on a trip, talk to some random people, get out of your comfort zone, start being active, start meditation, contemplation in the forest, start your prayers, faith, combine all of this, diet, sharp mind, combine all of that, and then you're gonna know that that's what you should do. And everything that people were telling you that it's not necessary, it's a bullshit, it's a boring thing, it's not true, guys. It's not true. Those people, they couldn't reach it because they gave up before, so they are trying to push this helpless state on you to pass the pain further. Stop this bullshit, cut this off. Start from yourself, guys. There is all the world to discover. There are infinite amounts of subjects and things you can measure by using your brain that you can discover, guys. The ways that have been presented to us by today's system are not necessarily real. They are convenient for the government, but they are not the way that we should live. Because the government doesn't count the nature and the way the earth works when something is in imbalance. And in imbalance, I mean you, me. If you are in imbalance, and because the imbalance, we take out the entire system out of the synchronicity, which is the earth, then the earth protects itself to bring back the state of balance. So bring back the balance. Do the hard work on your core. It will take you a lot of time. It's gonna be humbling, but there is no one else that is gonna do this. But each of you listening to this, if this will be combined, if this movement is gonna be collective, then the world will change. Eventually, will change. There is no way that it won't change. It's just the willingness of people, one by one, to do a deep work. Yeah. I hope you enjoy what I'm talking about. It was supposed to be very short talk, like 10 minutes max. I don't want to keep you listening to this because it might be a bit taxating on your mind, and basically it's quite heavy information, but real. So yeah. Thank you guys. I'll keep you updated with more podcasts and my deep thoughts about the reality. I hope you enjoyed. And that was Bartek. Thank you very much. See you in the next one. Peace.